Hey fam, what's up? It's Dr. O with next installment of the Jay-Z Chronicles. So this week I had my first class, my first two classes actually for my course at American University called Jay-Z and the Practice of Historical Biography. Great students once again, I believe about 25 students or so, and still people on the wait list trying to get in. I'm hoping that we're able to work that out. But the classes were very interesting. So the first day of class I asked people, who they are, where they're from, but also why they're taking the course. And I got a wide range of answers. Some people are history buffs. They want to know about historical biography. Some people wanted to go deeper into Jay-Z. Some people just heard that the class was awesome. Thank you very much for that. And wanted to see what it was all about. But what I liked about it was that everybody had a different interest for being in the class. And in years past, some people have said, I just want to know why Jay-Z cheated on Beyonce. Like, that's all they wanted to know. And I said, well, we may get to that in April or May. And the reason why I said that is because the way that we teach this course about historical biography is we get people to understand that when you're trying to study somebody at a deeper level, you can't start with them. You can't start with where they were born. You can't start with the schools that they went to. You got to go to the things that happened before them. So actually what we did, as many of you all know, Jay-Z being born in 1969, we start Jay-Z's story in the 1950s. We start talking about Montgomery Bus Boycotts. We start talking about Dr. King and Rosa Parks, because one of the things we have to ask ourselves for you and anybody else you're looking at through our history is, what did they inherit at birth? What were the circumstances that they were born into? And of course, we're going to get to the 60s and of course later, but the seeds that were planted in the 50s as it relates to people coming back from World War II in the 40s and the civil rights movement that started to really pick up in the 50s, that connects to what happens with Jay-Z in 1969. And when you're doing biography, when he's born, and when you're doing biography and you study people's past, yes, Jay-Z's not alive during this time, but who is alive? His mother is alive. His father is alive, born in 1949. And the decisions that are happening throughout the country with the civil rights movement and everything are going to possibly affect choices that his parents make, or choices that his parents don't have an opportunity to make because of racism and so many other issues. So that's what we spend a lot of time talking about. We looked at the first part of the Eyes on the Prize documentary because it really lays out that blueprint. And speaking of which, the other reason I want to share it is that most of the students in my class do not listen to Jay-Z. Some may listen to rap music and the like, but they don't really listen to Jay-Z like that. Some may have listened to one or two albums, but this is the first class where I don't have several Jay-Z aficionados, for lack of a better word. So a lot of this stuff is brand new to them. And then of course I have some international students who aren't that knowledgeable of U.S. history as well. So we're really looking at Jay-Z from a fresh perspective, but also American history. And that's why I love teaching the class. So this week has been very interesting, but also what we did was I started asking them how to connect the dots, because obviously that documentary talks about Emmett Till. It talks about so many other things. Emmett Till being the link between Emmett Till and today, Black Lives Matter with Trayvon Martin. Many people saying that Trayvon Martin was the Emmett Till of our generation. And so we were connecting those dots and also letting them know that as we start to get into Jay-Z's lyrics, of course, he mentions, the Rosa Parks and Dr. King and other people as well. So I wanted them to know that this history is not just history. There's a lot of current modern day examples as it relates to what we're going to look at. So it was a great first week. I really enjoyed it. I've heard some good comments from the students. So we'll see what happens next week, and also have some updates as it relates to my quest for a book publisher. I have been having some very good discussions with a potential agent, very well-known agent in the industry. So I really hope that goes well. I'm at the stage now where I'm working on my book proposal and sending them drafts, and they're sending me feedback, and I'm putting that up. We have a contract that we're looking at as well. So cross your fingers, throw out any type of energy you can for me. We'd really appreciate that, because if I can get that happening and then also get this publishing contract going, you're going to hear a lot more. So please continue to stay tuned to Dr. O and the Jay-Z Chronicles. Peace.